Hey, beautiful souls, just lovely to be with you. And I thought I'd post something today regarding an aha moment that I've had regarding myself, actually, which was very interesting to me, considering I recently did an interview with Soul Shifts about the shadow and why it's so important to recognize and bring up to awareness shadow aspects that we all have within us. And I took this week out, and last week I did a course on doing my website and what was needed and to understand the mechanics and things like this, because I've always had people doing my websites for me. Although I've written the content, I've always done the content myself. And it was so interesting because I started off with great enthusiasm. Um, it was just beautiful, and I knew what I wanted for my branding and my relaunching of the new place that I've come into. Okay, because this last few years has been pretty full on, and a lot of changes have happened. At one point, I never thought that I would get out of the hole I was in for various reasons. And of course I did. I'm the phoenix, aren't I? The archetypal phoenix, and the phoenix, she rose as she always does. Um, I just rather not keep burning down into the ashes, to be honest, as I've said before. So, yeah, so I'm doing my website, I've done the course, I'm enthusiastic, I know my colors, which have not really changed, to be honest. Um, and then this week I took off and I felt, first of all, I'm inspired, and then I'm not inspired, and what's going on? What is it? Uh, and and I came to this realization that I'm a bit on the spectrum, maybe a lot on occasion. And I was becoming obsessive. I am a perfectionist. I wanted everything done perfectly, and the words had to be done perfectly. Um, and I was rebelling against being told what to do by people, friends who knew better, particular friend, because it wasn't my voice. I talked to Chat GPT even, and I said, come on, can you give me a hand here and talk in normal talk instead of esoteric frequency and vibration talk, so that I would be more inviting for people. Then I'm getting even more agitated because it's not my voice and I don't want anything telling me what I should or shouldn't be doing. So it's been quite eye-opening in terms of my own resistance to what then two people said to me over less than 24 hours, which is um, that I'm stubborn, that I don't like being told what to do. I think I can do it all myself. Um, that I'm an expert in many things, but this is not my particular expertise. And and I also realized, I've been contemplating that today because I made myself go out today. I was like, I'm over this. I just never mind surrender. I give up altogether. I just don't want to know. And I don't want to be pushed into to doing this, that, and the other. And no one's pushing me except me, right? I'm pushing me. I'm pushing me to get it perfect. I'm pushing me to get the right words and recognizing this push is so totally against what I say I embody, so my authenticity to my own self, that was part of the thing, is I've got to have my authentic voice, right? Um, because my work is about opening people up to their authenticity, their soul, right? Their authentic soul blueprint. That's a lot of the work that I do. I may not always speak it in that way, but this is what it is, and I also had a bit of a spat with a colleague of mine who, not a spat argument, but I could feel this rising the other week when I was doing a session with her, when she talks to guides and things like this. And I was told that I have a fear of expansion. And I'm like, I don't have a fear of any expansion. What they talking about? Until I came into it. And I let down my guard and I surrendered into allowing someone to tell me about myself. I surrendered into it. And the fear of expansion was around, again, not allowing my voice to come out fully, not stepping up and speaking and not allowing myself to go to the next levels, even though I'm embodying the next levels in many ways, right? In most ways, actually. So I've been stuck in my head, running around in circles, pushing and pushing, when actually it's not about push. It's about frequency. It's all about what is the frequency inside, And what am I putting out into that world? So, yeah, the shadow has hit. The shadow has arisen, and I'm needed now to take new advice, to step back, and do something differently. And I know people will understand this too. There's something inside, for me, it's about freedom, freedom to be the self, freedom to be authentically who you are in that moment, because we are many things in different environments and what have you, right? But it's freedom to be. And I have not felt free this week, you know, I just have not felt free. I put all that pressure on myself to be a perfect being and get it all right. And and I am perfect being for my own soul expression. But this website, I've realized, was never about the website. It's about what is inside. Where am I boxing my own self in? Where am I out of alignment? And I think there's something that we can all take from this. So that's what this is about. It's about what can I give to you that would be of use? Because I'm quite a high functioning person, mostly. I have moments when I'm not, of course, right? But I'm pretty high functioning. I span the dimensions. Um, I commune with angels, I dance and light beings, and not so much as I used to, because again, I didn't like being told what to do. So I've been communing much more with my own high self and soul, oversoul. But I span the dimensions. I mean, I'm a person who can help shift something in seconds if need be, right? But can I shift my own stuff? Well, here we are. Maybe that will be the next installment of this. Can I surrender enough without having a tantrum and allow myself to be supported by people who know about these things better than I do? Okay, so that's what I wanted to share. Okay, that no matter what mentors, spiritual teachers, whatever you want to call that. I call myself a way shower, wisdom keeper and way shower, because I help people find their way, right? That's best for them in their direction. No one is immune from shadow stuff. No one is immune. No one is this so-called perfected being that humanity seems to have in their head about what perfection is. We all have our stuff, okay? And it's okay. It's not okay when that stuff is running you. and you start to feel down, and your frequency, your mood, in other words, falls, because it's the mood that's measuring your electromagnetic frequencies, right? Amongst other things. Um, when all of that goes down and you're pushing at something instead of opening to it, then we need to have a look at that, don't we? Accept it and see where we go from there. Anyway, I'll let you know how it goes from here. Sending you love as always. Bye. Be gentle on yourself.